Good evening, friends. Stephen Benoon here with Israeli News Live. We are running into some interesting notes here that Nikol Pashinyan, the Prime Minister of Armenia, has actually been kidnapped by, of course, the Armenian people. And some are saying that he may very well have been executed without trial. There is a photo circulating on Twitter that seems to suggest that, but it doesn't really, I didn't even want to show it because it doesn't seem to line up with the way he actually looks now. So I am a little suspicious about the report. I know that the protesters have been demanding his resignation after making the treaty, the peace treaty with Azerbaijan, or signing a truce, we should say, brokered by Russia. And, the Armenian people feel like that they have been just let down, that their own people have been abandoned to the Azerbaijan war against them. And, I have to agree, they have been abandoned. But the sad thing is perhaps the Armenian prime minister doesn't have much choice. When we look at the situation that's going on, it's not just Azerbaijan. He's fighting against Azerbaijan. He's fighting against Turkey. He's fighting against all the fighting factions from Idlib that have been bussed in there to attack and kill Christians. But I understand the people's desire that this is horrible what's happening, especially with their friends and family being locked in on the other side. So we'll continue to try to see if we can figure out what's going on with the Prime Minister of Armenia, Nikol, and see if we can see if that really did happen or not. You're seeing protests outside of his residence a couple of days ago. Also, the Michigan governor, Gretchen Whitmer, tells everyone to attend Thanksgiving or Christmas gatherings. I know people are tired of living like this, but we have to double down. We potentially could be looking at the deadliest, most grim days of the virus ahead of us. What a grim picture that she's painting for everybody, right? Oh boy, it's just like nuts, really nuts, right? Well, it's interesting, though, because RT's covering where the Mississippi governor, after Biden talks about doing a 6-week lockdown coming up when he gets in office, Mississippi governor says, "Not on my watch," and vows to fight as Biden advisors float nationwide COVID-19 shutdown. That is not going to be good, friends. 6 weeks? Well, you know how that goes. Every time they go to give a timeline of shutting down, it ends up being longer and longer and longer, until they just totally implode the economy, destroy everybody's lives, and then they can bring about their New World Order and their little 5G vaccine formula for you. And to give you an idea, in fact, it was sent to me a couple of days ago, but Rosa sent this to me as well, our sister there, where Dabu777 is talking about Ticketmaster's reportedly planning mandatory COVID vaccine testing policy for concert attendance. Either you got to show that you tested negative, or you got to show you've had the vaccine. That's coming across the board, friends. Across the board, that will happen in a very, very near future. Not looking good. Hezbollah leader Nasrallah, he is hailing the fall of Trump in a speech video that he gives there. And of course, he is talking about that it was kind of like rightfully deserved because, after all, he had killed General Qasem Soleimani, the major general of Iran, who had actually headed the Iraq's Said al-Sha'abi, the popular mobilization units there that fought in Iraq. But I hate to break it to you, Mr. Nasrallah. They may say President Trump gave the order to take out General Soleimani, but it wasn't President Trump. It was Israel that took out Soleimani. And they just used Trump as their scapegoat so that Israel would not be targeted as a result. But that is the truth of the matter. Another interesting video here by Adam Green on No More News. By the way, if you want to catch this, BitChute.com is where Adam posted this. This was a shocker. Adam Green, and I'm going to play a little clip of you for you here from his video here, showing a rabbi talking about the Twin Towers are going to be destroyed only a couple of weeks before it actually happens. Listen to this. Well, before I do that, let me make sure we do have audio. You know how that goes. Oh, yes, good, we have audio.
In the Zohar Kadosh, you will find there an extraordinary information. There will be two big buildings in the land of Edom, which today we relate the word Edom to America. And those are the biggest, the tallest buildings in the world. And they will be brought down completely. And that will be the sign of the beginning of tremendous wars that will end only in the coming of the Mashiach.
Two buildings. Ends up being the Twin Towers. And if you notice, he talked about the Zoharic prophecy. Yeah, that's exactly where they get it from. Zohar. It's not even prophecies. What it is when they write these things in the Zohar, then these elite they're very busy about trying to make these prophecies fulfill themselves so that, well, everybody would just be gullible enough to believe it. Seems like a lot of Christians end up falling for that as well. A bit of good news, though, or interesting news. The New York Post published an article in fact, today. Temple where Jesus reportedly healed bleeding woman found in Israel. Now, sometimes I think they do that in order to help tourism as far as saying that, but it is nice to know when they find artifacts there, especially those that show Christianity alive and well in Israel. The article goes into that, talking about the different artifacts that were found there. And of course, this being in the Golan, it is believed that this may have been according to scholars. Yeah, we don't really know that, but it does help with tourism and helps get more Christians over to the Middle East, especially when tourism is not doing so well. But any archaeological find that supports Christianity is always a blessing to hear, and I appreciate that. There was a circle with a cross in the mosaic part of the floor in an archaeological dig there in the Golan. And but anyway, very, very interesting to see that. I'll put the link for you there in the comment section below. And that kind of wraps it up for this evening, friends. Just wanted to kind of share some of these updates with you. And hopefully we'll be bringing you some more interesting information. I'm going to start working this weekend. Well, we do have a live broadcast we're going to be sharing with you guys this weekend coming up. And I still need to get with Brother Brock, that message we did on the Sabbath. I think it'd really be a blessing for you guys, but I need to try this weekend, see if I can't pull this video together for you about, Gog of Magog. It has so much to do with so many things, and I keep saying it, but pray for me that God will give me the grace to be able to put that together. God bless you, and thank you for watching. Stephen Benoon with Israeli News Live.